Hello everyone, welcome back to the fourth session of our course on computational fluid dynamics analysis. Myself, Mr. Rudresh Ganganna from Niharika Institute of Computational Engineering. In this session, we are going to discuss basic engineering flows. As the name itself says, basic engineering flows. I am going to stick on to the laminar region. I'm not going to consider the turbulence effects. So in this basic engineering flows, I am going to describe the flow with respect to four aspects. The aspect number one, whether the flow is one directional, two directional, or three directional, that we normally call it as 1D, 2D and 3D. The second aspect is whether the flow is steady state or transient. Third aspect is whether the flow is compressible or incompressible. Fourth aspect is whether the flow is viscous or inviscid. So here I got three combinations. Here I got two combinations. Here I got two combinations. Here I got two combinations. So I am going to have 3 into 2 into 2 into 2. Totally 24 combinations I am going to have. That means my basic engineering flows are 24 types. I can categorize my basic engineering flow with respect to 24 combinations. Like, I will keep 1D as constant. 1D steady state compressible viscous. Then take the second one. 2D steady state compressible viscous. Take the third one. 3D steady state compressible viscous. Now take this one. 1D transient compressible viscous, 2D transient compressible viscous, 3D transient compressible viscous. Like this, I can have 24 combination of flows. In that one, I am going to take the one which has got terms applicable for remaining 23 combinations. Which is that one? That we will understand now. Now, with respect to aspect number 1, in 1D what will be there? I will have dx, dy, dz. In 1D I will have only dx. For 2D I will have dx and dy. For 3D I will have dx, dy and dz. That means 3D contains the terms which are applicable to 2D as well as 1D. For example, I will take 3D which contains dx, dy, dz. If I equate dz to 0, it will become 2D. If I equate dy and dz both to 0, it will become 1D. If I retain dx, dy, dz, it will become 3D. So that means 3D contains the terms which are applicable to 1D and 2D. 3D. Next, steady state and transient. In transient, I will be having time as a variable. If I equate times to 0, it will become steady state. So transient contains terms which are applicable to steady state, or by equating those terms, will convert that equation into steady state. Transient. So 3D transient. Let us look into the other parameters. Compressible and incompressible. Here compressible contains the terms which are equally holds good for incompressible. So what will do incompressible? Density will be treated as a variable. That means density will be differentiated. It will be treated as a variable. If I treat density as a constant and brought it out of the differential, the equations will be same. Only rho, I am treating it as a constant and taking out of the differential equation, then it will become incompressible. So my third parameter is compressible. Come to the fourth, viscous and inviscid. As I already told in the conservation principle, your Navier-Stokes equation is having right-hand terms, right-hand side terms, which are called viscous terms. If you simply equate the viscous terms to 0, your equation will become inviscid. So here viscous contains the terms which are applicable to inviscid also. So viscous. So 3D transient compressible viscous. This combination contains the terms applicable to this itself as well as remaining 23 combinations. That means this is the above and all. Upper is 3D transient compressible viscous. You keep on equating some terms to 0, you will get remaining 23 combinations. This is the easiest way. Take one equation which contains terms for all 24 combinations. 24 combination means one combination for itself and remaining 23 combinations. You keep on equating some terms to 0 so that you will keep on getting remaining 23 combinations of flows. This is easy rather than going in an upward direction wherein you are writing 24 equations, 24 set of equation. Other than that, I will take the things, equation which contains terms for remaining 23. For each combination, some terms will goes to 0. That is what the logic. Now, in the next class, I am going to explain 3D transient viscous compressible Navier-Stokes equation. To make you understand why I selected 3D transient viscous compressible combination only to start the Navier-Stokes equation, I have arranged for this session number 4 to get you ready to understand the Navier-Stokes equation. Remember, these 24 combinations are in the laminar regime only. We have not gone to the turbulent regime. Whenever we use the term Navier-Stokes equation in CFD, means it is for laminar flows only. For turbulent flows, we use other terms like Reynolds averaged Navier-Stokes equation, or which is also called turbulent Navier-Stokes equation. So I remember, always you also should remember, whenever we say Navier-Stokes equation means it is for laminar flow regime only. So in the next class, session 5, I am going to explain about 3D transient viscous compressible Navier-Stokes equation. I hope you are clear why we are discussing or commencing our Navier-Stokes equation with this combination. That means 3D transient viscous compressible. Thank you all. We will meet in the next session.